So I just want to do a quick video. I know I always say it's going to be a quick video and it never is, but this will be a quick video. I just want to explain about different parts of the exhaust, because some people get confused with what to do, like to make their car sound nicer. So a lot of people, some people like it to be deeper tone, some people like it to be raspy, some people like it to be ridiculously loud, some people want it to pop more, some people just want it just to be a bit mellow and just slightly change. So there's a lot of different ways that you can like change things. So this junction is fucking stupid. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Anyway, so let's talk about the exhaust parts then. Like, what does each one do to the sound? So you know, you've got a rough idea what to put on your car to get the sound that you want and how loud you want it. So I've got like a few like sections, if you can hear me. Maserati's got this awesome traffic programmer that comes up with anything to do with like roadworks. Much better than my Z4 was. My Z4 just kept coming up with Essex. Because I bought the car in Essex, it just only came up with Essex, like basic traffic news, where this is exactly where you are, so it's a lot better. But anyway, let's go 6 gear, try and make it less drony. So,
roadworks.
Roadworks.
Locality Key Street.
Which you can change the voice a bit. I think you might be able to, I'm not sure. Let's get back onto the video. So, let's talk about like pops and bangs first. So obviously there's 4 sections to a car. So you've got like the back box, like the muffler. You've got like the centre, and then you've got sport cats, or just catalytic converters actually, if you're just talking about stock. And then you've got like the headers. Obviously some have like secondary cats and all that sort of shit as well, but I ain't really going into all that because not all cars have it. So it's just mainly like 4 sections is what it is. Now, to do with like pops and bangs, like what's like the fourth, we'll do like the least that's going to give you that pops and bangs that you want. So the least will be the back box. It might make it burble more, but it won't really like make it bang more or anything. I mean, it won't really do much actually. So that's the one that's not really going to make it bang. And then you've got one is like the centre. So either the centre pipe or a Y pipe, H pipe, X pipe, just a centre. Or it could be like a res delete, or with a resonator, or a large resonator, whatever. So we're just talking about just the centre. So if you do the centre, that'd be the third one that's most likely would make pops and bangs. But again, it would make probably burbles. It might do some little crackles, but it wouldn't make it bang. Not really. So the second one that would make it most likely bang would be the headers, but not as much as the number 1, which would be the sport cats. I'm looking down because I've got a bit of paper. I can't remember it all off the top of my head, so don't worry, I'm not going to crash. Just a quick look. So sport cats is the one that would most likely make it like bang more. Yes, you can do a tune to make it bang more, but again, you need at least sport cats, like 200 cell sport cats, to make that happen. You could do D cats, which will make it bang the most, but again, it's not very legal now, is it, for your MOT, so you can't really do it. So sport cats would be the one that would most likely make it bang. So if you want an exhaust just for that to make it bang, do the cats, do sport cats, and that's it, and then just leave it. So that's that. If you want to make it louder, and then the fourth one, which will make it the least loudest, is the sport cats. It'll make it more aggressive sound, but it won't really make it loud. It'll make it slightly louder, but not really loud. And then the third one that will make it most louder, which would be the X pipe. So the X pipe can have quite a big impact actually. Even though it's only third on the list, it can make it quite loud. I would say probably 2 times louder, especially with this one. It probably made it twice as loud, maybe even 3 times louder. I mean, it is very loud. Again, if you put a resonator on it, it will tone it down, it will make it deeper, less raspy. You can do that. And the second one that will make it the loudest is the headers. So either short headers or long tube headers. Long tube headers would definitely make it louder than short tube, but it will make it very loud. But the one that will make it the loudest, so if you want just a loud exhaust and then go for the mufflers, that's the one that will make it the loudest out of all of it. Just do the back box, and then you've got a loud exhaust. If you want it to be just loud and do some pops and bangs, then just do small cats and then the muffler, and then leave it alone. Which is what I should have done, really, actually. Now thinking about it, but hey ho, spend the money now. So there's that. Again, I wouldn't recommend doing a muffler delete because it just makes it raspy and sounds not necessarily raspy. I mean, it can make it deeper tone. I mean, it has done, like I said before that I had, it did do a deeper tone, but it's going to make it raspier more than resonators, and it'd be a lot louder. So maybe just do small resonators. I mean, you can do like little resonators, just like the circle one to go on it, so you can do that rather than doing a proper full-blown muffler on it, like a proper back box, but each to their own. But that's what will make it the loudest, will be doing the mufflers. If you want it to be like a deeper tone, which is what I'm trying to get, and then you can obviously do a H pipe on the X pipe, that will make it more of an American muscle. But if you actually want to change the tone to a deeper tone, the fourth one that's going to do that is, sorry, I just got to look at my list as I straighten up the wheel. So the one that's going to do that will be the headers. That's going to be the least one that's going to make it like a deeper tone. X pipe, it should have been the X pipe, but apparently because that can make it more of like an aggressive sound, it doesn't make it like as raspy. So yeah, so the X pipe is like the next on the list to make it like, because it does make it raspy, the X pipe, but it doesn't do it as bad as the headers. So the headers don't really change like the noise as such, it makes it like louder and more like aggressive and just adds more power basically. So yeah, so the third on this would be the X pipe that will make it deeper. Second would be Sport Cats, because that gives it like an aggressive sound, so that will make it a slight deeper tone. But if you want just a really deep tone, I would suggest back box. That's the one that's going to make it the deepest, but with resonators, not straight pipe. Again, you can, if you want to do the centre, you could do back box and then a H pipe. That will make it more like an American muscle rather than like a Ferrari, I suppose. Obviously, I don't want to change the sound too much, but it's just that I don't want it like a trumpet. It sounds like a trumpet at the moment, a bit too raspy. I'm not sure if it's because it's new again. I mean, I've bedded a lot of it in, so I'm not sure, but some say you've got to do it for 1,000 miles. 1,000 miles to bed it in, but then they say you've got to take it easy for like 5,000 miles. I'm not sure, what is it, 5,000 miles that it's probably bedded in? I don't know. Anyway, if you want it to get raspy, so for me this is the one to avoid. Obviously you might want it to be raspy, but I don't want it to be too raspy. I know this is more like a Ferrari, like a race car, you know, it's meant to be raspy, but still. So to make it the least raspiest, I would say it would be the back box, because obviously that does the deepest. And then it will be Sport Cats, because again that's just like aggressive. And then the headers, they so Sport Cats do make it a little bit raspy, but not much. Second would be on the list would be the headers. That makes it a lot more raspier, but not as much as the number one, obviously. And then obviously the number one, which is what I found, is the centre pipe. The one to make it the most raspiest is the centre pipe. As soon as I done the X pipe with no resonator, it was really raspy, a bit too raspy. So I put on resonators because I didn't want it to be like straight pipes, and I don't want it to be too raspy. I like a higher pitch sound, but I don't want it to be like a trumpet. And that, but again, I'm not sure. I'm just doing a trial and error at the moment. But I'm just talking about what you want to do. So there's a list of, you can decide basically what you want. Do you want it to be louder? Do you want it to be raspy? Do you want it to be like a deeper tone, a more American muscle tone? Do you want it to just be a little bit quieter, but a bit better, like mellow? More an exotic sound, more muscle car sound. There's loads of different ways to do it. And then you've got tips as well. Tips can improve it. So if you do, I think it's like, they call it angle cut or something. They can make it raspier and louder. if you get larger tips, that can make it a bit deeper. Again, you can get ones with like holes in it, so more like a silencer, like a suppressor. That will make it less loud and do a deeper tone. So it's lots of ways you can do it, and then obviously the resonator, you can do different shapes and materials. You can do like, I think it's like a glass pack, is it? Apparently that can make it like a deeper tone, but I don't know. But that's why I'm doing these videos, to see about trial and error, what sounds the best, what's going to make it less raspy. Maybe I just need to bed it in more. But I am going to do another modification, so it'll be my 4th modification to this car. Find out in the next video on that one. Have a guess of what it could be. So I've done the X-pipe, I've done like X-pipe with a resonator, I've done small cats. So what is there left? I've done the valve delete. So what is there left? It could be, I could be doing the back box next. It could be the tips, larger tips, make it deeper. Or it could be that I've put in larger tips on and a silencer, or like a suppressor, whatever they call it, to make it deeper. Or could it be that I'm doing short tube headers or long tube headers? So have a guess of what the next mod will be on the Maserati in the next video. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy what this lovely exhaust sounds like at the moment with these valves deleted.